Tonight, we're tracking multiple major stories, including new developments from the Russia collusion hoax. A top Biden advisor has now been implicated in connection to the lies, conspiracy theories found in Hillary Clinton's dirty Russian paid-for dossier. Plus, America's most dishonest Congressman Adam Schiff. Yep, for the first time, he is facing tough questions. And by the way, surrounding his deep involvement in perpetrating the great lie hoax, conspiracy theory of the dossier. And by the way, not from Jake Capper at Fake News CNN, not Chucky Todd at MSDNC, Morgan Ortegas on The View, and we've got the tape. But first tonight, we begin. It appears that Joe Biden has finally realized Americans are not happy with the U.S. economy. But according to Joe, the only fiscally responsible way to make things better is to pass the Build Back Better New Green Deal socialism plan and spend a couple of trillion more dollars that we don't have and rob our kids and grandkids blind and put it on social welfare projects that are pretty much destined to fail. Every single economist in the country, not named Janet Yellen, is warning this spending would greatly accelerate inflation, which is now impacting all of us. At a time when inflation is already at a 30-year high, well, we got bad news today. Wholesale prices, they are up a whopping 8.6%. We already know gas prices are up on average $1.50 a gallon. Costs a lot more to fill your tank. The cost to heat and cool your home, well, it could be up by 100% by the end of the winter, heating your home. And you might not even be able to find a turkey in time for Thanksgiving. Why? Because of dire, real shortages that we're experiencing. But Joe Biden, he knows best. He's the smartest person in the room, and now he believes that spending $2 trillion is going to magically fix inflation and fix our supply chain crisis. After all, his policies have worked so great to this point, right? Why not just take his word for it, right?
All this is paid for by raising taxes on big corporations and the very wealthy. We're not trying to punish anybody, but I'm insisting that they pay their fair share. It's fiscally responsible, and it's paid for. Now, I know that a lot of folks don't feel the progress we're making in the economy. I get it. I know the cost of gas, groceries, and rent seems to be harder and harder to handle. That's one of the more reasons why we should have to pass my Build Back Better bill.
So it's one or the other. Biden is either really, really dumb, not particularly smart, or he's lying, probably both. Remember, on the campaign trail, Joe vowed to punish the fossil fuel industry, reduce America's supply on oil and gas, even if it caused economic pain and suffering for Americans all around the country. He wanted to put CEOs in jail. Take a look.
Would you be willing to sacrifice some of that growth, even knowing potentially that it could displace thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of blue-collar workers in the interest of transitioning to that greener economy?
The answer is yes. The answer is yes.
If we don't stop using fossil fuels,
we're all dead. Doing away with any subsidies for fossil fuels, number one. Number two, holding them liable for what they have done, particularly in those cases where you're underserved neighborhoods and you know the deal, okay? And by the way, when they don't or when they're deliberate, put them in jail. That's what I'm not joking.
Not joking. Let's put these guys in jail. He did keep one promise. He killed the Keystone XL pipeline. He did ban oil exploration on federal lands. And now his administration is weighing an option to kill another pipeline, this one from Canada to Michigan. And that's not all. According to the great climate czar, the guy with the big carbon footprint himself, John Kerry, the U.S. will no longer have coal plants by 2030, thanks to Build Back Better New Green Deal socialism. By the way, Senator Joe Manchin, I think you might want to pay attention because that will impact West Virginia and the hardworking people in your state. Even with heating prices, gas prices soaring, Biden has no intention, clearly, of slowing down his Green New Deal agenda. It's so bad that in a letter, 11 Senate Democrats, apparently they're the only 11 that paid attention to what happened last Tuesday. They are now slamming Joe Biden and the undue burden of rising gas prices that his policies have caused, or something to laugh at like his energy secretary, Jennifer Granholm, did. But let's get clear here. This could all easily be resolved. We can fix all of this, except we have one problem. Joe Biden's president. Joe Biden apparently, clearly, would rather once again beg OPEC again and again and again and get rejected. again and again and again in humiliating fashion and still keep going back, as Jennifer Granholm, blaming the cartels, blaming OPEC. No, Jennifer, I blame you and I blame Joe. And if you really want to fix the problem, go back to the energy independence that you inherited from Donald Trump, who made us energy independent for the first time in 75 years. And that means we can create a lot of jobs right here in America, high-paying career jobs in the energy sector, and we won't have to care one whit about what happens in the Middle East or the Straits of Hormuz, and we'll be energy independent. If you have cheaper, better form, cleaner form of energy, I'm an all-of-the-above guy. Bring it forward. In the meantime, oil, gas, and coal are the lifeblood of the world's economy, and begging OPEC is not the answer. You know, we can drill for more gas right here in the U.S. We don't need to import any energy. Donald Trump gave you energy independence, and we were a net exporter of energy. We were supplying our Western European allies. Biden, he'd rather give the waiver to Vladimir Putin's pipeline than keep building out our own Keystone XL pipeline. That's American jobs. Now he's floating the possibility of draining our national reserves. Okay, that's a short-term solution. That's also risky. And tonight, our country is literally being led by some of the dumbest people. They're more married to their ideology, don't seem to care at all about who is impacted negatively the most. Poor people, the middle class. Build Back Better, New Green Deal socialism is probably the most idiotic, scariest piece of legislation I've seen in my 33 years in media. Joe's actions surrounding Afghanistan are morally corrupt. His southern border policy ludicrous. According to a poll from Trafalgar, that's our friend Robert Cahaly and the Convention of States, 67% of Americans oppose Biden's plan to give a whopping $450,000 to illegal immigrants that didn't respect our laws, our border, and our sovereignty. 55% want the southern border closed, especially in the middle of the crisis that's ongoing down there. The border czar, Kamala Harris, who has a historically low approval rating for any vice president at only 28%. What is she doing on the border? She's not going down there and visiting the guys on the front lines. Nope, she's in Paris, in France, talking about Europe's migrant crisis. How does that help us? And according to the vice president's spokeswoman, she's not at all worried about the 28% record low poll number she's pulling. Take a look.
I'm not focused on the polls. I'll let the pundits pontificate on that. The polls are a snapshot in time. And at this time, I am looking forward to touching down in Paris, France, but before that, taking a nap.
Now, nap time seems to be a priority across the Biden administration. The only silver lining in 2022, 2024, you, the American people, you can vote all of these people out. You can say bye-bye, and we can return to, let's see, maybe we'll even go back and rescue the Americans Joe abandoned in Afghanistan. We certainly can fix the border, bring back the stay in Mexico policy, finish building the wall, end this idiocy of process and release of Joe Biden. And then, of course, we can go back to being energy independent. That will help our economy as well. That will reduce the high cost of everything that we're now paying for. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.